You know something's wrong with this cord, right?
The engineers like the same chords last week.
What's Up Food Podcast? Felipe Esparza and Rodrigo Torres right here.
Yeah, man.
He just got back from Mexico, man.
Hell yeah.
He's all happy. Came back with 15 pounds heavier, man.
Gotta lock
Making
it
a
up,
lady
dog.
eat tacos in every corner, she was telling me.
Yeah, man.
I que comer algo.
Dude, food's everywhere, dude. And good food, too. Not just like, basic Mexican food. With all the love and passion, dude.
Well, for those who don't know what good food is, what is good food?
Just really rich food, not just
No,
basically...
but tell us what it is, like the tacos, the meat.
Yeah.
Paint us a picture of what this good food is.
Well, this good food is cochinita pibil.
We talked about that last week.
Okay.
New food.
Okay, new food. Just a taco, just basic adobada tacos, which is like al pastor, but it's not put on the al pastor rack that flips over and under. But we can even go farther with that. Last time we talked about black beans. Let's just talk about pinto beans right here. Refried or
pinto beans. Here in LA, they
Right.
put an onion in the bottom.
But on top of that, it's not even that. We can go with pinto beans, frijoles charros.
This is a weird Mexican cooking show right now.
He always starts
And it
out
has-
with food. I don't know why.
with bacon in there cut in, and then pieces of pork, and pieces of the little tips of the chicharrones too. And those are just boiled and baked for hours right there, and they're just
now I'm
super,
hungry.
super, super good. I mean, right here in LA, you can get some, Mexican food, which you think is great, but I don't think it's gonna be as great as that because it's just not like put in with the hours of preparation and love as it is over there, where the source is where they come from, in my opinion. So those of you that don't know, what
So
good food is,
the street
try it
food
out.
is still better than the regular restaurants inside?
Oh, dude, the street food is like, dude, you have like a samurai right there
It's
cutting
like
up the
what Anthony
tacos.
Bourdain said, man. You don't even ask what's in it, man. Like if it's healthy, you just eat it up.
Dude, it's just, it's like, and it might not be the most healthiest stuff on the world. It might be menacing to your health, dude. But for that minute, dude, fucking is super, super delicious, dude. You can't compare it, dude.
A minute?
A minute.
You chowing down fast, huh?
Dude, I'm telling you, I could take out a taco like a 7 bites.
He just mentioned like a 7-course
Now-
meal, and he said after that minute.
and then
I know
those
that food eats
tacos,
fast.
and then those tacos ain't as big as the ones here. They're a little bit smaller.
Oh, they're
And
smaller
they
than
don't
the
come with
little ones?
double
like
tortillas.
street tacos.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, and they're not all double tortilled up and like over.
Listen to him. He sound like he's being cheated. You know what I mean? Like they don't put the double tortilla. When
They don't.
It's more meat than
But
tortilla.
it's super better, dude. I mean, you can't compare
Do
it.
they soak through the bottom?
A little bit, not too much. And those tortillas are
you have to
fresher.
double bag it, man, because I hate when the taco like melts in your hand,
Oh,
and
I
now
hate
you're
that
like,
too.
that's the worst.
That's when the tortillas be like, busting up in pieces too.
That's what they got to put. I knew a fat guy that I used to sell dope with. That fool, when it's Kool-Aid, they call him Kool-Aid. That fool used to order a burrito with 2 flour tortillas. And I asked him, how come 2 flour tortillas? I never get to take the tortilla, bro.
God damn. Like a wonton for this fool.
Well, you know what's funny is like on a good sandwich, like what's the best thing about a sandwich? It's like when you have a good piece of bread.
Well, that's what I was
Like a freshly baked piece of bread
Can't mess with it.
improves a sandwich tremendously. I didn't realize this because all you think about is the meat. So you get, this is a good piece of like turkey or whatever. But when you have that bread sets it off. So maybe a good handmade, by somebody's abuelita, you know what I
There
mean?
you go.
And she's just in there like,
Now you're getting it.
whatever.
Oh, yeah,
And
whatever
then-
she's saying.
And
I
then
do
whatever
meal.
she's saying. And then maybe that makes it better.
Right, and then the
I
stuff
prefer
ain't...
corn, though.
Oh, yeah,
corn
bomb.
tortillas.
And then stuff ain't processed like it is here, too.
When did you become the fucking taco connoisseur over
The
here?
Been
guru.
to Mexico City twice.
4 times,
4
actually,
times?
since 1998 until now. And then, like, Zacatecas back and forth since I was a
What's the
baby.
difference between Zacatecas
Probably
with a
about,
Z and Mexico City?
yeah.
Smaller?
Yeah, but what?
Oh, yeah, way
what-
smaller.
What's the literal difference? Like, why is a taco in Mexico better than a taco at, like, a taco truck in front of, like, a club here in L.A.? Like, what's the real difference?
Because they kill the goat right outside.
I think the guy that's making tacos
You're saying fresh meat? Is that what you're
Fresh
saying?
meat. They kill the meat right there.
That's part of it. But I think the guy that's making tacos in the taco truck opposed to the guy that's making tacos in Mexico has been doing it for 30, 40 years. Now, I heard the original guy from King Taco, he was actually doing it now. Now you got employees that, like, they get pissed off. They're just going to leave
Oh.
Well, they're going to leave.
because they don't want to work there. Somebody yelled at them.
I like King Taco.
King
It's,
Taco's
good. It's good. I think their salsa is phenomenal. The red one. Hot as hell.
There's actually a
but
place
bomb.
I live on the west side. There's this place on Lincoln, and they have these great, like, shrimp tacos. Like, if the people can't speak English, I'm on board 100%.
And the people
Like
at
if
the
the dude
restaurant
can't understand,
speak English.
I'm saying, like if the dude's I can tell that he only knows how to speak whatever I'm ordering. I can't ask for any like changes,
That's what,
You
They
know,
love that
I can't
part.
be like no this and that. He just go okay, and it comes the same way every time.
yeah, they take
Then
it
I
off
know
yourself.
I know I'm getting something good.
Oh hell yeah, that's what's up right there, dude.
Yeah,
Where
it's-
everybody's congregating.
It's like a masseuse, who can't speak English. He just got here on a boat from China.
Just go, all she knows is ATM.
You tip now, I think
Extra.
that's the
extra.
that's the taco equivalent.
There's a certain language you have with a masseuse how when you're getting a massage, because you just can't go out there and go happy ending. She'll say, "What are you talking about?" She'll think you're a cop.
Yeah, they'll kick you out. I got kicked out for saying that before.
No, you know what?
I did in Monterey, dog. I'm not lying.
I was in one, and I knew
These fools were there.
She didn't speak English that well, and she kept pointing to this sign. It's like a sign on the wall, and it says, don't ask for don't ask for
Favors.
anything. Yeah, favors, anything on there. And she just did it on her own. Like I didn't even ask or anything like that. It was like weird. I didn't know what to do at the end. Like I don't know if there was like
nothing else to do.
No, I don't know if there was like some special menu price that was going to come out, like to be like, you have to pay me $100 now or something like that. I didn't know what to do, so I was just like, thank you, and like here's $20 more. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's like unwritten language. It's
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
like-
lingo to it. You got to be smooth, supposedly.
Because they have a list that says half an hour, $40.
Right.
1 hour, $80. Then I saw this other one where I went to this place. They had 4 hands.
Oh
Four
yeah,
hands.
that's
Forehand
two
massage.
masseuses.
I don't understand what 4 hands were. Am I going to massage myself at the same time?
Self-service, dude.
That would be hilarious if that's what they said. You go, where's the other 2 hands? It's yours.
You start going like this to yourself.
Rub your own. Rub yourself.
Oh, lovely.
dude.
You have to pay
4 hands?
There's a whole underworld over there.
Wouldn't 4 hands be more expensive than 2 hands?
Well, yeah, you're gonna pay double.
Should be, yeah. You know what I don't like? I like to get a manicure and pedicure. I like to go do that.
Toby Hicks.
I do. And
look
and then-
clean.
And then I haven't got it done yet. But
Still look good from here?
But it still look
Just
good.
tight, dog.
You
I'm
have
going
to
to
do
get
this.
slapped by those hands.
No, but I'm saying, but women notice that right away. You notice somebody's feet, and you just go, "Oh, those feet." Anyway,
Of course.
you know how you
Not
sit.
my feet, bro.
You,
My feet look like a broken
yeah, but
lollipop.
you already married. You stop worried about that stuff.
Look at those feet through a welding mask.
But I don't like sitting in the chair and then like it's a massage chair. I don't like a massage chair when my feet are getting massaged because it's just too much sensation.
That and that massage chair is rough as hell, too.
Yeah. So I'm like, you're taking
like
away
that.
from because when I go to the airport and I got a 3-hour layover, I go get a foot rub.
That's what's up.
I just do it, even though it's $70.
Yeah,
whatever
they
it
always
is.
triple it up on the price over there.
But I don't like. So when I'm the reason why I bring that up is like if you're getting a 4-hand massage, I feel like you're trying to enjoy how it feels on your feet, and then somebody's up here at your temples. I think that's too much. Right?
Yeah, I wanted to start off on the bottom and work your way to the top.
Yeah. Unless it's like one hand, 2 hands on each foot, and then they're doing it. But I think I'd
Yeah,
want
I
it in the
like
same area.
that. 2 hands and 2 foot, 2 hands on one
both
leg.
legs at a time. I don't know. I just feel like it's too much. It's over sensation, right?
I always feel like if I were to get the 2 hands, something's gonna happen. They're gonna get upset. One's gonna choke me.
You know
Like give
what?
me a chokehold.
I just realized I'm Erik Griffin, by the way.
We can tell by your voice.
What's up, fool? We have a guest here, by the
Yeah,
way.
man.
It's like 20 minutes in.
We have a guest here, Erik Griffin,
Yeah, man.
from One Day at a Time
This fool.
on Netflix.
You would pick my one Latino
He plays
credit.
Schneider
No, I just did the pilot.
and Workaholics.
On Comedy Central.
He picked the first. You know what's funny? I went to the Clipper game, and the ticket girl, she was like a Latina, and she like saw me,
Montes.
and she was like, no, but she recognized me from One Day at a Time, and she was
Oh,
like,
really?
I saw you on Netflix, and I was like,
Do the whole
oh,
thing?
that's like an audience. There's an audience for that show, because it's a Cuban family, and there's just like they keep denying that Latinos watch television.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, they think like Latinos don't watch television and don't want to see Latinos on TV. So it's a weird thing that you don't see, there's not enough. So when there is something like
Get
that,
happy, bro.
I realize how many people in that community are like, oh my God, so.
You become when you're like the only Latino in a show, It's like when Bruce Lee was on that show, Kato.
The Green
and
Hornet?
The Green Hornet. Everyone in China thought Bruce Lee was a star.
Oh, yeah.
And to Latinos, man, you're the star, bro. They're gonna put you on more, dog. Like,
Yeah, man.
Like I'm in control of that, dog. Hold on, bro. You go talk to the NBC executives that Cody needs his own show
Call him.
on fucking Superstore. And funny, man. Like all my whole life,
Hilarious.
every job I ever had, like in retail, like I want to be in the front of the store. Nah, man, I was too fat, too big. Warehouse guy. Forklift.
Well, you got that warehouse look.
Forklift. Come on to Superstore. The day I got to show at the Superstore, I thought that, do I get one of those beige pants and a shirt that says Superstore? Nah, man. You're going to get pullover. You're a warehouse guy. Oh, fuck.
A warehouse romper.
And the one like sort of ethnic guy on the show, they got him in a wheelchair.
Yeah. He can walk. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a regular dude. It's like, well, let's put him in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he would throw all the funny jokes, and it would be as offensive because he's in a wheelchair.
I tested for that show. I was going out to be the boss, the store manager.
Oh, wow.
I know. Didn't get it, obviously.
I
but-
think I read for the wheelchair guy.
Oh, you
really?
did?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Time. But then you read for 2 different characters, then finally they had
Yeah, I read for 2 different
Oh,
characters.
really?
A guy that gets fired during he gets fired for stealing, and the wheelchair guy.
It was I thought that year that was the funniest script I had read that
It was
particular
funny.
year.
That's probably one of the
It's still on. It's,
Yeah,
it's on. So it's still, we were right about it.
Season 3 starts.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that sucks. It sucks to be like up for something. Like imagine if you were number 2 to be Sheldon on Big Bang Theory. Like if you were the number 2 guy and you didn't get it. Like every time you watch that show, you see the money that you didn't make. You're like Brian Dunkelman from American Idol.
Or John Campanera from Drew Carey show.
What?
Yeah, John Campanera had his own show, and Drew Carey spin-off of that show to be Drew Carey show, and John Campanera's show got canceled.
Oh God.
Less than a year.
That's
They brought him back as a guest spot.
That's the one that opener becomes the headliner, dog.
it rarely happens.
Yeah.
They switched it on me, player.
They switched the tag. I started off with this fool with some of the people that Erik Griffin knows. His friend like Sherry Shepard, JT. We used to
damn.
do a club called Waldo's.
Where at, fool?
Oh, I don't even
Waldo's
remember that.
on Hollywood Boulevard. It's on Hollywood on Highland. It used to be a blonde lady. Her name was Dawn. She had curly long hair.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she did karaoke too on Fridays.
Yes.
And she had a comedy night with
You know,
her with her husband. I forgot his name, but they go to my show in El Paso.
Yeah, there was like I remember when I was like it was like 2003 is when I really was like, okay, I want to do this. And like in LA, it was just I don't know how anybody in LA starting to do comedy. I'm always like, good luck, get out of my face, come to me in 6 years because I don't even want to talk to you about it. But I remember like the only place you can really go to get a good audience and even get paid would be like all the Latino shows.
Yeah.
Those only places would be like they give you $50, whatever.
Or
but
the
you
Filipino shows too.
get a draw. Yeah. That's the only place you have like a real like lively crowd. It would be at some weird bar or something like that. I remember I got my first TV credit, the Payaso Comedy Slam, for Darren Carter. You guys know Darren Carter,
Yeah,
the party
the Rooster.
starter. He called me one day. Was like, "Yo, can you come with me to this gig?" And he only wanted me to come so he can be in the carpool lane.
He
on the
needed a
freeway.
body.
Yeah. So, at the time I just started, and I went and Alex Raimundo was on the show. And it was like a place that he said that, somebody had gotten shot. What's that dude that works with Fluffy?
Martine.
Martine was running the show. And it was at a place that somebody had gotten shot.
Oh yeah, that was that.
Way out in
Yeah. That was
Oceans.
Oceans.
It was like
The
And
security
La
guard got
Mirada.
shot that night.
He got murdered.
it was
They changed the name. It was called something else ago, but the Bamboo Room or something.
it was like a weird little location.
The Bamboo Room became Oceans.
Yeah.
But
It was off of Leffingwell or
So
something.
I
like
just
that.
happened. They said they put me up on the show, and Alex Raimundo was after me, so therefore he was watching. And then he's like, "Yo, man, I'm about to do this show," and then like they hit me up the next week, and then the next thing you know, that was my first TV credit, 2006.
Damn, that's how you got that?
Yeah, it was a random thing going
That's
to
sweet,
some,
dude.
and I'm saying going to some like place where like who would be there? No one's gonna be here to you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
nothing's gonna happen from this. But I realized in LA, yes, it could happen anywhere.
That was Tuesday night.
It was some random night, and so I did that, and I got on that, and then like it wasn't until like 2008 that I got on like Live at Gotham, and then from there, and then in 2010 is when I auditioned for Workaholics, and then that's when I got that.
That's bitching, dude.
Yeah.
He was also on Comics Without Borders with Russell Peters.
Oh God.
You and I were on the same show.
I hated that show.
I
Oh
hated
my
it
Why,
because
dog?
they chose my clothes.
You know
I
what?
fucking hate everything
Let
I
me-
wore.
Let me
bro.
tell you why I hated it. I hated it because we filmed 10 episodes in
one
night.
day.
Same crowd.
Damn. Same shirt for 10 hours sitting
Making
there?
the crowd like, it's just cheap. You know what I'm saying? It was just cheap. Making the crowd like move around. And then they only had one crowd and maybe like half of a crowd outside. So they were like, at some point they were like, well, if you want to leave, you can leave. And then that was the worst. I hated that so much because I just felt like we're set up for failure.
Yeah, and then
You know?
we had a unisex green changing room where the women comedians and the guy comedians share the same dressing room. So the female comedians, there were like 4 of them. They would have to make their own little curtains from us. We were dressed in the same room.
Slashing
I think the
prices.
audience
we
got
did.
paid too.
Yeah, and those are the worst kind of audiences.
Oh, I hate those audiences.
It's not real.
Because they want to be stars too.
Yeah, everybody's got a headshot. For some reason, it's falling when the director comes by. Oh, is that my headshot? Oh my God, what is my head? Is that my reel? What is my reel doing? Why did I have this? My DVD fell out of my pocket. It's just the worst.
It's weird. Like I feel bad. When you're like a young comic or just new in this business, you see it like, oh man, I should get that shit. I remember seeing like young comics or didn't know who they were, and they had their like PR person and their manager. 2 people. The 3 of them are all unknown.
But they had a
just feel
team.
like, well, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Do I need that, man?
The grass is always greener on the other side. Even more so than that, I remember doing in like 2004, I did the Seattle comedy competition. And at the time, that was like a big deal, doing Seattle and doing San Francisco. Remember those days? Yeah. So I remember did Seattle, and I hated it. I hated every moment of it. Like, contests are the worst, okay? It's just, but only thing it trains you for is auditioning, doing like a 5-minute showcase. It trains you to be like, boom, boom, boom. But it was just a worst experience. And then after that, I remember the guy, John Fox, I see him at a bar. He's just auditioning some stuff, and he's like, Eric, I want you to come do San Francisco. And I remember saying, no. I was like, no, I'm not, because it's like, I'm not going to put myself through that. But before that, 2 or 3 years before that, that was the thing. I was like, I got to get in a San Francisco comedy competition, And then after you do some stuff, you start to go, that's not as important as I thought it was. It's the same thing with some of these TV credits.
I know, like, some of
build 'em
the
up.
young comics, man, like, they drove to, like, Martin Rizzo, Johnny Roque,
Seattle, right?
Jose Chavez, Flaco, and a bunch of comedians. They got in a car and they drove to Seattle for that
NBC,
NBC.
the
Stand Up for
diversity.
Oh my
diversity.
God,
Yeah,
man!
yeah.
They always mention people who
The-
got
the-
something out of it.
The white guilt audition.
Yeah. I always feel like what a waste, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't pick none of those guys. They always pick the non-Latino ones. They always know, like, people always they always like throw out names of people who were on it, but they always
won it
feel
or
like they
whatnot.
didn't get shit from it though. Like, Eric Andre was one of the guys. Yeah, but he didn't get shit from it. He got his own thing.
Yeah, he did his own thing. Well, I mean, it's weird. I mean, I think it's weird for, for me, I had this multi-ethnic look, so it just depends on who I'm with. So people are going to see us together, and they're going to be like,
blame.
who's that Puerto Rican guy, But if I'm with my black friends, and some of my family, they're going to be like, oh, look, it's Drake's father. You know what I mean? So it just depends on where you are.
Like,
but
you're at the Comic Casino. Oh, shit, Rudy Moreno.
I used to love, Rudy. He was another guy that he'd be the only one that would pay.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get a good spot at a good show, you would do a Rudy show. But like for me, it's like I realize when you go to do these diversity things, it's become diversity for comedy. It's just really just like it's black first, and then everything else. But unfortunately, it's like white kids are buying rap albums. They say 7 out of 10 rap albums are bought by white kids, right? Because they're trying. They love the culture. They look at basketball. They want to be black. It's not, once white kids start wanting to be Latino, then it's like it's going to change. It's going to change the Latino. But that's not the case. That's why it's like it's hard. I think that's the thing it's harder for Latinos to break through because it has to be for Latinos. And if it's not for Latinos, and they're like, well, I don't know if I relate to this. Like, I don't.
Yeah, like nobody's going around dressing like Ken Wong right now.
Right. But the other thing is Latinos are new
It's
to
another
show business. I mean, Brother's been around since the inception of it, too.
But not.
We've
but
been around
not
forever,
really.
bro. But you've been in the
not
mainstream.
included. Yeah, not included.
Just Desi Arnaz, last
there
one.
you go.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, that's like before. That was before black people were on TV.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine
They had
that, man.
separate beds.
Like, it was okay to have Desi Arnaz on that show, like being Latino, but it's tougher now.
Isn't that crazy?
Like,
fool?
America wasn't ready back then. The America
Yeah, they
was ready
certainly
more
weren't ready.
back then. They were not ready back then.
But-
But they feel like they're more scared now than they were in
Well,
the 50s.
but the thing is, he had to do it himself.
Yeah.
If Latinos can learn anything from Desi Arnaz, it's like he did it himself. He
invented
he's
the
mo-
camera
Yeah,
angle.
he invented all that.
But
He had to do it all himself.
Goes back to what he was saying earlier. They think all Latinos just watch channel 52 and 34. You know what I mean?
No. The problem is, a lot of Latinos do watch Channel 52, and that's the problem.
folks.
That's what I'm saying is like that's a huge market. I remember I went to like, you ever go to those like Latino commercial auditions? I gone to one, and I could feel
Spanish only?
Spanish only. I could feel the hate because I don't speak Spanish because I'm not, you know what I mean? And I go in, and then they just see me, and I start talking. Hey, everybody, what's going on? How you doing? And they're just like, what is this puto doing here? You're not taking off.
But when they put a Latino on primetime, it's always one with an accent that's from like Mexico or Spain. You know what I mean?
But then you hear him in the interview, and he's
Exactly.
like the whitest guy you've ever met in
Totally,
your life.
exactly.
from
Blue
Venezuela.
eyes. Yeah,
But
there
I don't
you
know
go.
why that's still a thing. It's like, it's so weird. I tell you, for comedy, it's like that. But if it's like a procedural cop show, it don't matter.
Right.
It could be. That guy's gonna be good looking.
Oh,
It's gonna
totally.
be fucking Rico Suave guy.
There you go.
He'll be a guy that was a big hit on Latin soap operas first.
Yeah, dude. I mean, go with Gerardo and all that shit that happened after.
But there is a huge. I mean, there's like there's people making so much money in the Latino market. But I don't know what this need is to cross over though. That's something you have to ask too. It's like you talking about Channel 52. Yeah, it's a hit. Like millions of people watch that channel.
Right.
There's a lot. The Latinos are tuning into what they want to watch, but when you get into the business, you go, I want like as if being on the white networks is somehow legitimizing.
Yeah.
It's not.
I know, like-
what does it matter?
Like
Right.
growing up, a lot of the
know?
comics when I first started, they all wanted crossover. They would do a show like you say, Will Barcena.
I don't do Beaner shows,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't do Beaner show. I don't do Beaner shows. And he kept saying that I don't do Beaner show, but now he can't sell out. He can't sell out 100 people room. Me on the other hand, I just stuck to my gun. I said, you know what? These people love me. They keep coming to my shows. I'm building a little audience. Oh, by the way, I sold out 7 shows at the Irvine Improv last year.
Yeah, man.
If anybody's asking, that was a spot that Irvine was one spot that a lot of Latino comedians couldn't get booked because not that many Latinos go to Irvine. But hey, man, they forgot that.
Well,
Gabriel
they were-
Iglesias sold out. Carlos Mencia used to sell out. Paulo Francisco used to sell out.
Your
They
best-
still sell out.
your
And
best-
now Felipe Esparza's back.
Your best friend Jeff Garcia did it
What
too.
the fuck, dog? He never sold out, dog. He never sold out. He just sold out.
That's what said your best friend, dude. That was
He never sold out, bro.
No, he did. He was like, I have to give. Come on, you gotta give Jeff credit. There was a time when like. He never had to leave California.
Yeah.
He would do Ontario.
You're right, dude.
He did Ontario, Irvine, Brea, and the Ice House. He did those 4 comedy clubs every single year. Never would have to go. Occasionally, he gonna go to Texas, but
Right.
for the most part, he stayed right here in California and
I was,
just was like.
I was
boom, boom,
making
boom, boom.
Jimmy Neutron money, dog. I didn't have to go. When you're making 400,
Why did I bring this up? Why did I bring this up? I don't know why.
When you're
I think
making-
subconsciously I knew it was
you
gonna.
talking about wars, brother.
When you're making $450,000 of cartoons, why would you want to go anywhere?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing.
And
It's
now-
like,
Because you gotta love comedy. You have to love it.
And now he can't even sell out a room past the 605.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
Unless DJ Cooch is promoting for him, Because DJ Cooch, that motherfucker
I'm
could
so
fill up a
sorry,
room.
everybody. And Ernie G.
oh my God, fool!
Come on, bro.
That's big booty Latino comedy, bro.
He's doing like
That guy.
you know
Doing
what?
the balloon tour.
No, he's He's doing like motivational speaking or something like that now.
That's what he's trying to call it comedy, but that's what he's doing.
Yeah, Ernie G and
empowerment, bro.
Yeah, Ernie
for
G-
Latinas, bro.
Ernie G and Kyle Cease, they're doing the same.
This fool, dog.
I forgot about that guy.
They're doing the
he's
same
back,
thing.
dog.
They're going on a tour.
Yeah, but that dude's another one that's over there getting into the National Council of Raza and taking their money with a bunch
I
of
know.
bullshit, dude. He needs to get called out on the bullshit. Oh, we just did. Sorry.
But something
Not sorry.
you know what's something I always wondered? Doesn't it always feel like there can only be one great Latino comic at a time?
Not anymore.
I think people used to think that way because there was only one, dude.
Yeah,
But there wasn't only
I used
one,
to think
though.
that way,
Right.
but now I don't.
Latino comics think that.
Latino
Yes.
comics think that because you know what it is.
It's like, whose turn is it?
I think it's more tunnel version.
It's
vision
more.
on
It's
some of
it's,
them.
it's
Not
more.
all.
It's more like you know. It's like when I was on Last Comic Standing and Little Rail was sitting down and the other black comic was sitting here, another black comic was sitting here, and then Alonzo Bowden passed by the four of them and goes, "You know they're only gonna pick one of you guys." Right?
Oh man.
He goes, you know, we have. He goes, it was too many genres here. You know, what ghetto, nerd. One guy's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like when I was on Last Comic Standing and I saw Cristela Alonso on the show, right? I didn't even know she auditioned. I said, okay, man, that means they found a criminal record on me. I gotta go.
Now you won.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The next day, my son's mom filed for child support.
Of course.
Of course. What's up, fool?
Yeah, man.
So, man, where did you start doing stand-up comedy at?
I was in L.A. I grew up. I was born and raised in L.A. I started, it was in 2003 that I was like, okay, I really want to do this, and I started going to all the open mics. I went to, remember Marv's and Mary's? I don't know if you ever even did that one, but I did a bunch of like open mics, and then I started going down to the Queen Mary. They had that stupid comedy club down on there, Laugh is Hope on the Queen Mary.
Oh, that was a good room.
Then from there, I started going to remember how the Ice House had those shows on the weekend in the Annex? They had 3 shows on Friday, 3 shows on Saturday. I started doing those shows. So I did that for like a year. And then after I got in at the Ha Ha, So I started going to the Ha Ha, and then Terry loved me, you know what I mean? She's crazy, but I love her. And I
That's
started
funny. She got mad at me one time because I got banned from that club.
for good reason.
Yeah. And then for chasing the devil around.
I thought the devil was in Georgia.
So I used to always bust her ball every time I see her. And I said, what's up, Terry, man? I heard you gave Erik Griffin a development deal to host every weekend for $60. Are you making fun of my club? Are you making fun of my club? No, I'm not making fun of your club. I'm
Oh,
making
my
fun
God.
of Erik Griffin's bad
Between-
decisions in comedy.
Between you, Willie Barcena, and Jeff Garcia, it was just a nightmare, okay? Just a nightmare.
Willie has
Non-stop
one-man
shit
show
talking
back
all
And
the time.
I told Terry, you didn't even fucking name a sandwich after him.
there. The Tommy Chun Ladas. Remember that shit, fool?
So then from there, as I was doing the Ha Ha, I got in at the Comedy Store. So I got a showcase there, but then I started doing the Belly Room there. And then after that, I got in at the Laugh Factory. And then, while this was all that was happening, it was when I got on like Live at Gotham. Then I got on Workaholics. And then, here I am. So, now I'm on this new show, I'm Dying Up Here, which premieres this Sunday on Showtime. And my first hour special comes out July 7th.
What?
The Ugly Truth on Showtime. So
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I'm a Showtime boy now.
You wearing a purple shirt?
That's what's up, dude.
Why you always gotta get on my purple shirt? It looked good. I look good in purple. Hater, man.
No, 'cause I didn't like what they made me wear, man, that day. Oh, my God, dude. I didn't even dress like that, dude.
Silvery, shiny.
I wear a silver-ass shiny shirt, man.
Yeah, you came in there like Hi-Ho Silver,
I
huh?
look like concrete up there, bro.
A Lone Ranger, eh?
They thought you gotta put your glasses on?
Well, yeah, man. You know, man.
Oh my God! You just
So
went
40,
you
bro.
just went, you just
can't
went
see
from a
shit.
gangster to an old Mexican grandpa in like a second.
Hell yeah, bro.
What just happened?
I
You
gotta
just can't
read,
go,
dog.
hey, bro, and then he was like, "Let me get my glasses. I gotta."
Hey, dog. I gotta read, dog.
He can't even read the menus at the Mexican restaurants anymore.
That's why I go to restaurants that have photos. Bad Photoshop.
Oh
I'm
man,
having what he's having.
You just realize how old we all get. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
God,
great.
dude, this fool.
Hey, I'm still younger than Artie Lang, eh? Showtime. All right, man.
So it's going to be on Showtime June 4th. It's called I'm Dying Up Here. It's about comedy in the 70s. You know, so I got a nice afro in this, you know, so it's great. Ari Grainer, Melissa Leo, Academy Award winner. She's great in it. She's playing like the sort of Mitzi character. It's loosely based on the book, produced by Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey, like, you know, a lot of it's about his own personal stories, too, that he, you know, put on these comics that are in the show. I mean, it's a fantastic cast. I'm proud of the work we did, so I hope people like it. It starts June 4th. I don't know when this is coming out, but June 4th.
This Friday.
Oh, perfect. So June 4th. This Sunday, then Sunday 10 p.m. on Showtime, and then look out for my special July 7th.
Yeah, man. I heard you pay Tyree on that show.
No. Tyree.
That's how you look like, bro. When I saw it, I was asking,
David Tyree?
David Tyree. We had El
Oh,
Mazda
yeah,
here,
yeah.
and I said, man, is Erik Griffin playing David Tyree? 'Cause that fool looked just like him. When you were younger, I used a little white fedora.
Yeah, it's like they, you know, I was like, you know, because I'm so mixed. It's like if you need to like play up whatever part of that's what was the afro. You know what I mean?
I was hoping they'll shut the movie like in the 90s, bro. Then I could play Chewy standing outside, bro, with the overalls. Chewy, the fucking doorman. What's up, fool? Showtime presents I'm Dying Up Here, a new drama series that explores the struggles of making it big in the 1970s LA comedy scene. Every night, a group of young and up-and-coming comedians wait their turn to perform at Goldie's, the hottest stand-up club in Hollywood. But first, they'll have to win over the club owner, Goldie, who rules the Sunset Strip with an iron fist. For them, stand-up is a drug, and they're willing to sacrifice everything to get their fix. They brave the pain of sharing their innermost thoughts and darkest secrets, hoping that anyone will laugh. At Goldie's, they have found new rivals, but they also found a family. When one of them makes it, they'll make it, and when they all fail, they fail. They fail together. But if Johnny Carson's couch is the holy grail, do they wait for the goalie to say, you're ready? Or fly blind and possibly miss out on their shot at stardom? Don't miss I'm Dying Up Here, executive produced by Jim Carrey. Premieres Sunday, June 4th at 10 p.m. I've been reading the book. I stole it from right here. From outside here. I've been borrowing it.
Yes,
when I read it, I'll bring it all back. Man, it was tough back then, bro.
Really?
Tough. Because they didn't pay these comedians, bro.
Before the strike on.
Yeah, it's before the strike, and like, well, they just.
Do the comedy store pay now?
Yeah, they pay.
The regular $15 still?
Yeah, it's still $15, and then they split the door in the main room.
See, that's why I can't do that, bro. Can't.
Well,
I can't.
They split the door with the main room. You get it's a nice chunk. I mean, you're in town.
It's always been a good chunk, though.
Yes, you're in town. I think the Laugh Factory pays the best. You know,
But they don't split the
no, but they pay of per spot. You know, if you go to do Long Beach, you know, you do Long Beach, and even the regular weekend spots, they pay the most. But then the main room in the Comedy Store, that pays the most out of all of them, because if you're in the main room, like I said, they split the door with the comics. Half the door goes to the comics. But when you're in the city and in the Improv, I don't know. Have you been going to the Improv? Like, okay, you go to the Improv and now it's like one show you get $8. Then
Wow.
Then another show will be $25. Then another show will be $50. Then another show will be $21. It gets a weird. I don't know how they're deciding what they pay.
Based on who produces it or whatever.
Yeah, I
and
guess
they still take taxes away from those checks too. So that $8 check is like $6.50. It's a sad shame, bro.
Everybody needs a little piece of the pie, huh?
I think from the Comedy Store, I've gotten one check from working there. It was like $165.
But I think that this would be the time for you to come back there, because like it's different now.
Yeah.
It's going through a renaissance, man. It's like it's hot. It's like, you know, they're talking about they got sold out shows on the weekends all the time now. The other clubs are struggling. They're struggling to keep up with what they're doing, because it's because all the comics go there now, and like the big comics. You know, when Chappelle's in town, he goes to the Comedy Store. When Chris Rock was working on his stuff for the Oscars, he goes to the Comedy Store. Joe Rogan's back there now. You know, Bill Burr's always there. When Louis pops into town, well, he pops everywhere. But like you see all those guys collectively at the Comedy Store, so it's a lot. It's a great time to be in there right now.
Bumping, huh?
Yeah,
Bumping, bro.
you know.
People still getting bumped.
You know, not as much at the Comedy Store as you would think. It still happens, but and the people are pretty respectful. They'll do like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But sometimes somebody that doesn't go there all the time comes in. Like the other night, I brought up Kevin Hart. You know, he just came in and he did like an hour. And it's just, you know, what are you supposed to do? That's the first comic in like 10 years to be on the Forbes list ahead of Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
that
like
shit is enormous.
yeah. So he's had a great year.
Who was number one?
Yeah.
Who was number one that year?
He's number one. He was number one this year.
So he was
because you know of comedic, whatever that Forbes list
That's
is.
why he made like
comedians.
$110 million that year.
Yeah, because Seinfeld, you know, all the money he makes off Seinfeld every year. So for the first time, somebody like surpassed that. It's like, damn, it's good. I like when comics are doing stuff. I like to see comics on TV. I like to see them in movies and shows because it's like then we go, okay, well then they're going, oh, these people can do it. Because it sucks when it sucks when somebody gets a chance and they just like, you know, because then they lump us all together. Like, if, you know, it's like, oh, that sucked. So that means all comics suck. Get them out of here. You know what I mean?
We're not hiring no more comics
Yeah.
ever again from Los Angeles.
For a decade.
Oh, they might go, you know what, man? Bring me a New York comic.
That East Coast flavor.
I know, man. That's what I always, it's like every time they bring New York comics to the comic strip in El Paso, man, they give away tickets, and, man, these people still don't show up, man.
Yeah, the thing I don't understand. I like going to New York because if you want to do a lot of comedy, because you know I'm here in LA. If we get through, if you got 2 sets in a night, you're like, oh, I did it. You getting 6, 7 sets in a night over in New York. If you're in,
Right.
that's why they should be way funnier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know, like, they brag about, oh, bro, they pay $100 a check. I did 9 shows yesterday. Yeah, but I saw your headline. They were giving away tickets. You did all the radio. You did TV. No one showed up, bro. What's going on?
Dude, it's hard to get an audience, man. It's like one thing I'll say for like, I think that the people that are a specific ethnicity, you know, it's like they're finding their audience a lot easier. If you can find whatever your audience is, then because it's like that sucker's hard, man. You take it from me. I mean, you know, it's like there are Workaholics fans that sometimes comes to the show, but like they don't know. Like comedy fans are not those people because they're like, you know, it's young. They don't got money. They're in college. You know, they're not coming to. They don't even understand how to go out. And then people that are like 30 and up, proper comedy crowds, they're not watching Workaholics. And then they're announcing me as the guy from Workaholics, and people are like, oh well, what is he gonna do? What kind of you know? So that's why I'm glad to be on this new show and have a special coming out because now people can see me in a whole different light. They don't even know I'm a comic.
See what you actually do.
Yeah, it's hard to like, but then you hear like, you know, there's somebody that's got a niche that they're out there selling out shit, you know? It's like people say, you must be selling out too, right? Because you on that show. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way.
It does not work like that.
way.
You know, so it's like, you know, you have to just find, you have to find it and then speak to him. You know?
I didn't know he did stand-up comedy. He's funny.
Yes.
You get that a lot.
Yes, man. They come to me and go, oh, or they come to me and go, oh man, I thought you were gonna do that thing you do on the show. They don't know. They don't get it. And that's why. And then the clubs are hiring these goddamn YouTube people. You know, I was in Alabama, and I don't even know what just
Twains.
Got snuck
no
up on
the
by
new
a dragon.
Huntsville.
No, the YouTube guy you're talking about. I think you're talking about Twains. He goes up at 11:30 with a little ass horseshoe dressed like a little donkey.
No, different guy. This guy was some guy, cowboy something or other, where he has some
Cowboy Wayne?
he has some video about where he's playing like somebody's mom or something, you know, and he was on stage. The place was jam packed. They had him doing the 7 o'clock show when I was doing like the late show, you know, and this place is jam packed. This dude, he like my crowd is outside 45 minutes. He's still on stage doing meet and greet and all this kind of stuff. Green room is packed with his people, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's not even his fault. He didn't go through the process. How does he know how you treat other people? How does he know? He has no respect for stand-up comedy at all, and the clubs don't care because they hire him. The owner, what's his name, called me. Joel called me while in the green room because this guy, they asked him the night before. They said, hey, can you not, there's another show and he did it. He got insulted by that and stayed even longer on stage.
Do a 2.5-hour show.
Yeah. And so then the owner calls me, Eric, I'm so sorry. I go, hey, dude, it's cool. I get it. but just, you hired him. This is what you get. This is what happens. And then that's all they care about. Like, there's no love for, like, I feel like it's like, I get it's a business and you got to make money, but I feel like sometimes that there's no respect for comedy anymore at the level that they're presenting it. The clubs themselves don't have any respect for the process. Like, let's let this young kid learn, or let's groom people. They don't even do that anymore. They're just like, all right, who's got 1 million hits on YouTube who we can come in here and pretend like they do stand-up comedy? Let's bring them in.
Show me the money, player.
Yeah, but then what? What is that going to do for our business? What's it going to do for our industry, man?
You have to wait and see, man.
What was the act like?
He was just, a lot of times too, they don't do the thing that people want to see. But he just was like, I didn't even watch. It's like when the green room door would open, he would just be up there like, ooh-wee, just all that,
I don't know who is this guy.
Yeah. And he just was like.
Who said who we?
Yeah, and the crowd was just like, and they just
Going crazy?
Yeah, and they just wanted to take pictures and do all this stuff. I mean, I get it. If something goes viral and the people like it, it doesn't, look, I'm not hating on social media stars. It is what it is. It's not the same business. Too many comics are always complaining about, social media people. It's like, no,
right.
that's a whole different animal. If you want to do that, go do that. But if not, you're not so many comics are so entitled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we deserve some, it's like, just because you tell jokes don't mean people want to hear them.
That's true.
So true, man.
So it just turns into like this, it's like, to me, it's the difference between baseball and softball. It looks the same, but it's not the same, and that's the difference between like that kind of online charming comedy, social media comedy. That's what it is. It's charming. Kids, it's good-looking people for like a short amount of time, and the girls and fans out there who are like, oh, I love this, and then so they go, how can I? It's a money grab. Like, how can I make some money and get to my fans? Well, they do it at a comedy club, and then they just pushing out the people that have been building an act for 10 years.
And they got famous by saying, when your woman is late for dinner, and then they act it all out.
Yeah. It's crazy what they do out there. But this is not anything new. This is like when actors become comedians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just go, because they go, oh, you can make how much money? Because people come. I remember when Mike McDonald first started doing comedy, from Mad TV.
Mad TV, the tall dude?
Tall dude. It was when he first started doing it. And they asked me, it was at the Irvine Improv, and the old Irvine Improv. And they asked me, they said, hey, can you come and do the show with him? And I remember I went, the place was jam-packed. And he would not do Stewart.
Oh, man.
And they wanted to see it.
And people are screaming, Stewart! They're screaming at him, and he just wouldn't do it. So he did a little bit of it. And then, like, he had his notebook. He was going through his stories. He was just trying to get, but it was jam-packed. I'm a fucking comic. So I'm in there, like, on my, blah, 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 blah. I remember this woman comes up to me. She's like, oh, my God, you were so much, better. It's just, I said to her, thank you very much, but if my name was right here, if it said Erik Griffin, would you have come? And probably not. So thank you for this compliment, but move the hell along.
Oh, they tell you should have been the one headline.
Oh, yeah.
Comics shouldn't even get happy when they tell them that anymore. Like if somebody
It's all nonsense.
If they tell you that in front of the headliner, you shouldn't even get happy.
Yeah.
You should just look at them and go, "Well, he brought me, so."
Yeah. Get all
It's like,
giddy.
Yeah, it's like,
Take him to the side.
Yeah, you didn't come for me. like you came because of what this person has established.
Yeah.
So whether he was funny, like I remember I did a show with Damon Wayans, and he was cashing it in, man. He was like looking on his phone with new jokes. That was like open mic for him. Was a weekend at the Irvine Improv, sold out.
Wow.
Because he was just like, let me look on these things. So of course somebody would come up to you and be like, oh my God, I thought you were so much better. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, what does that mean? Because I'm trying to be better.
Yeah, and you're being real about it.
Yeah,
right
I'm coming up here and like,
I did my job,
I'm
bitch.
fucking working. But you didn't come for me.
You're sitting there with your chest puffed up.
Yeah, you didn't. It's like I couldn't
Working on your
get
posture.
600 people to come in here.
Hell yeah, man. That's
so
real
it's-
talk right there,
So
dog.
it's like that. That's part of it. Now, if you want to talk about you have a responsibility as a headliner to put on the best show possible, I agree with that. I think if people come to the show, they want you to like perform, do your thing. But we get, you get so famous, sometimes people get lazy. They just get lazy.
Hell yeah, man.
I know, man. Go up there with notes.
Getting all those grapes fed to him by hoes.
So you get that before I grab it.
Dropping my money.
Dropped his wallet, like $5 popped out.
Straight up from Belize.
Belize Navidad.
Are you from Belize?
Yeah, my family's from Belize, and
Oh, wait, that'd be a
I
funny
have
joke,
family from
man.
Belize. I have family from
Belize.
Jamaica. I have family from Honduras. That's why I have
Oh,
this
damn.
weird look. People don't know what I am. Every time I see Russell Peters, he's like, "You ain't black, man." That's what he says. But it's like whatever. It's like if a guy with a dick can identify as a woman, then I can identify with whatever fucking race I want.
Hell yeah.
I'm non-binary,
Biracial.
but yeah, non-binary, biracial, whatever. And I want to be I want to be called motherfucker. You know what I mean? Not he, not she, not they. So if people can do that, then I can just associate with whatever. This is a great look for for TV because I could be whatever you need. The only place it wouldn't be good would be prison because I wouldn't know what gang to join.
No.
That's the issue.
Yeah,
there.
whoever's winning. You know what I mean?
Some jailhouse rock.
If the Latinos are winning, all of a sudden I'm like, orale!
Make me a trustee.
Yeah.
What book you want, player?
So
What does it mean to make it as a comedian these days? In the 70s, 80s, with Tonight Show said you made it, but then the internet, everyone in comedy making it online. I remember being on Letterman was a big thing. What do you think is a big thing for a comedian right now? What's something to a young comedian to be shooting for besides being funny?
God, that's such a great
Because
question.
there are so many avenues now.
I think that I guess the big thing now is luck. I mean, half of it is luck. I mean, it would be like if you got some viral video. I mean, that's bigger than anything. I mean, look what happened with Steve Trevino.
What happened to him?
He got. Why do I bring stuff up with this motherfucker, too? He put a video from his special, and then it went viral. He had like a section of his.
Oh, that's right.
And
the
it
one
went-
about him and his wife.
Yeah, and it went
I
super.
saw Loud Flicks.
It went super viral, and then that was.
Did he put it out, or
He put it out. He
Montoya
put it out on his Facebook, and it was like YouTube, Twitter. It just went viral, and so then therefore people were like, "Oh, I want to go see more of this guy."
I'm glad he did it that way, because that bit and could be easily taken by these meme stars, these social
Oh,
media
shit. That's
stars.
another
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You
yeah.
I'm
get
glad
your
he
ass
did it
jacked.
that way, and it's all his, and he gets credit for it, man. Because
But I think in this climate, what you need is consistency,
keep doing it.
visibility, content. It has to continue to come out. So, like for instance, I've been on a show for 7 seasons. But there's still people out there that don't know who I am, don't even know I do comedy. So, like, right now, it's like, that's why I'm doing a bunch of things. I'm doing a bunch of podcasts. I got my special coming out, and then I just did Corden, And it's like, so I got to do more things like that and just stay consistent. And then hopefully it catches on where people are like, oh, I like this guy. That's the guy from the thing. And then they just,
That's true, because even though I sold out 7 shows to Urban Improv, the next day
We know.
I'm walking around. Oh, it's 14 shows in a row, brother. I was sold out last time too. The first time I'm walking down the street and I see a guy I haven't seen in a long ass time. Felipe, you still doing comedy?
yeah. It's funny in LA. Like you got to be careful in LA because you don't know why people know you. So I remember this girl walked up to me and she goes, "Oh my God, I know you." And I was like, I didn't want to be like, well, I'm on TV. I didn't want to be like that. And I'm so glad because she goes, you go to that same restaurant I go to in Santa Monica. I saw you there a couple times. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's how people it is in LA. You don't know. You don't know why people know you, where but that's how people are anyway. They want to take away your shine anyway. That's just how he knew you still doing comedy.
Human nature,
You
man.
think he did?
Yeah, he did.
Pretty
don't
fuck
know.
this fool didn't know, bro. I don't think he's on social media.
No smartphone, no nothing, huh?
Yeah, if you don't have
Whatever happened to you?
if you don't
No
have
nieces
cable,
or nephews that know what's up.
yeah. Don't you ever wonder about what happened to certain comics? Just think of the comics we've known each other now since like 2004, 5. Think back to you ever think about some guys and go, "Where's that guy?"
Yeah, man.
I always go like, you know, a
The
guy like that.
talented ones.
Yeah. Even guys, but but here's the problem. There's a
Reggie
level,
McFadden.
I just thinking that right now, dude.
but there's a level of comics that like you get to a cap and they're in this middle ground and they're making a living. Making a living at comedy is not hard. That's not the hard part. The hard part is name recognition. The hard part is, getting to that upper echelon.
Oh hell yeah! Be with the elites.
Yeah, that's the hard part. But there's a lot of people who can make a living doing comedy, okay? And when I go to certain comedy clubs and if I see a dude with a cowboy hat, like the picture, the pictures on the wall, that's how I know what kind of comedy club I'm at. If I see a puppet or a cowboy hat, then I'm like, oh, man, where the fuck am I?
Or a comedy duo.
Yeah, right.
You're at the Punchline Atlanta, bro.
So
Stop
we-
staring at the photos.
So we're talking about all of these guys that we're talking about. They're in that middle ground, and they just kind of fade away. Remember Dan Smith?
We saw him
You
in
just
Boston.
see him in Boston.
Yeah, he's in
bro.
Boston now.
Yeah,
But he's got he's writing.
Yeah.
He's got a family. But I remember when comedy was his thing. And it's
Yeah,
like,
when he was cooking.
yeah, there's like
He
a
was
lot
going
of.
on tour with George Lopez.
Right. It's
Shit
like-
was cracking for him.
I'm
for a bit.
saying there's people.
Booking USO tours.
There's people like that you go, where are they now? And it's like people don't care because they're like, well, I didn't even know who that guy was anyway.
Hell yeah, dog.
Where are they now that never made it? it's like the people that never like.
Yeah,
got
they're on
to
the cusp of getting something big.
on the cusp, and
but-
that's why this is so hard. This is
Fuck
a
yeah,
hard.
dude.
Do you think, maybe, some people don't feel like they've been doing it this long, but they feel like they made it because they're still, they're still around and they see their big friends up there making
what I'm
it. They
saying.
feel like sooner or later someone's gonna throw a bone, but I better stick around.
And it doesn't
That's
work
why I
like
stuck
that.
around this long. I was struggling, but I just didn't know I was struggling because when you have drugs to use and you pay your rent, you feel like I'm doing all right.
Yeah, if you
But
can still
time
pay, if
passes
you can
by,
still pay
though.
your rent and have an addiction, you're doing good.
That's how I felt, bro.
I mean, that's like actually a sign of success. You can still pay your rent and afford your addiction. You're doing all right.
You're doing too bad. Staying alive.
What were some of the guys that were so talented when you were coming up that you think, where the hell are they now?
God, I don't. Oh, man.
But you saw people, right?
I did see. I had two stages of doing it. When I was really young,
When you first started,
when
right?
I first started, I went to a comedy class, and I went to open mics every 8 weeks.
What year were you doing that in?
That was like 92 or
Oh,
something like
okay.
that, like
Yeah.
94. That's
the
when
first time I saw it was like 98.
yeah, it was
99.
that was
briefly.
I wasn't even
You were
doing
hanging
it.
around with JT.
Yeah, I wasn't even doing that stuff at that point. I just was he just became my
Were
friend.
you working? Just
Yeah, I had a regular job. I wasn't even doing comedy. I didn't make comedy my focus until 2003. But in the early parts, I remember doing open mics with Jim Gaffigan.
really?
Yeah, I
I
remember.
didn't know you were doing it that long.
Yeah, I remember. I
Yeah, 'cause
remember
this fool
seeing.
told me he was doing
Yeah,
it.
I remember seeing Jamie Kennedy. I remember when Jamie Kennedy was sleeping on people's couches.
And a car.
Yeah, I remember.
Buy that full lunch?
there was just a lot of those type of people.
Natural fudge.
There's a lot of those type of people. They had this show at this coffee shop in Venice. I forgot the name of the place, but
It was called the Cow's Inn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
The Cow's Inn is on Marina Del Rey.
Oh,
I've been there.
that's a different one. That's a different one.
Oh.
That's a different one. But I just remember seeing that. But at the time, I had no tutelage. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I would go to an open mic, after work and be at this open mic and then just being like, "What the hell is this? I saw these people 6 weeks ago. They're doing the same shit. They haven't made it." And then you had to go to remember out in the valley, the cabaret.
Oh, my God.
Remember L.A. Cabaret?
I'm Balboa.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was
guy was a
and you
dick.
yeah, and you had to pay. You had to buy a drink to perform.
Pay to
so
play.
so at that time, I'm like, I'm tired. I've been at work 8 to 5, and now I have to drive out to the valley to pay to do a set in front of some hacky ass comics and it's like I didn't know what it just was like this isn't what I want. I didn't think for one, I didn't think I could do it. I didn't really ultimately think I could make it. It was just a pipe dream. And that's what's wrong with most people. They don't think they can really do it. Then they think the task is too daunting. How am I gonna get like these people? And it's like you can't think like that. It's like the moment when I really focused in on it, and then it just became like a mission. And then it happened.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up, though, man. That's for real, though, man. A lot of motherfuckers, get caught in that cloud.
You think comedy is more
not knowing what the fuck's
supportive or
really going on.
cutthroat?
I think it's more. I don't think that's the right words. Competitive is a better word. I don't think it's cutthroat. I think it's competitive, and I think that it's also cliquish. So if you have a clique,
Then you got your support.
yeah, your support because you're gonna help your clique. I learned when I got back into
Who's your
it,
clique?
it was like, man, I don't even. At the time coming up, I was such a solo. I just tried to like. I knew I had to cultivate relationships. So I had like a group of people that would be at the Queen Mary. So if you were someone that regularly went to the Queen Mary, then that was the clique. You know what I mean? Like I remember that's where I met Ty Rivera. That's where I met like so many people there that are And then when you went to the Ha Ha, there was the Ha Ha clique. All the people that would be there. You would be there, Jeff Garcia. All these people. Gabriel would come until he blew up. Then he was like he only came for special. There was just like that's just what it was. It was like whatever club you were at, whatever open mic you would go to. That kind of became your little extended family, and then you tried to like break away. But like even with your closest friends, there's a certain level of like competition you want to have. That's how you push each other. It's like if my good friend books a movie, then I'm like all right, but I'm not sad. I'm still happy for them.
Right. It's not like you're pissed. And
I'm
fuck
not
this
pissed
guy.
about it. Those kind of people, they don't make it. They just don't make it.
Come on, bro.
And nobody gives a fuck if you're mad either, dude.
Right. That's another
Just
thing
your
too.
crazy
I
ass.
remember my friend because you know Jeff, my good buddy Jeff. He's Jeff Chanette now, by the way.
Jeff Chanette.
Yeah, he changed his name from Tarpley to Chanette. I remember I went to this audition for a movie, and the lady comes to me and she says, she walks up to me in the line. She's like, it was an open call. She's like, I don't know. I think you're too old for this. I don't think this is right for you. But she said, I'll audition you anyway. I read this and I was like, oh shit, this is perfect for Jeff. I called him. I said, dude, you got to get down here right now. Do this audition. He booked the movie. And I was just like, at that time, I was like, that's what you're supposed to have.
Oh, for real, dude.
But I learned.
That was a funny ass movie too, man.
I learned that.
My best friend's dead.
Yes. Yeah. You remember.
Oh, hilarious, bro. This fool had this funny ass scene in the movie. This guy catches this girl, hair is on fire, and he had nothing to put it on, and this fucking dude starts peeing on her, bro.
That was such a crazy movie.
Yeah, dude.
But what I'm saying is like you had like when I learned is like, and where I learned it from mostly and coming up was in the Latino community, going to the Latino shows, because there was a more community there than any other place, in terms of like that's where you got paid. That's where like it was like, oh, we're doing this show. They would take care of you. Oh, you want to get some food, or like you knew where the shows were. It was like, oh, Rudy, Rudy would be the one like, hey, come do my show, or like whoever it was. Everybody, and so then when you get into the club system, you start doing like Laugh Factory and these kind of places. It's different, it's different. It's more like I said, it's like a golf. It's like a leaderboard, and people are watching what people are doing. It's very competitive, who's doing what. Oh, that guy got a pilot. Oh, you won last time standing, and it was just like, oh, there goes his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like. It's just that thing. Yeah, you know what I never understood about Last Comic Standing? Like, why didn't they should have taken the winner and put him on a 5-episode arc on an NBC show.
Yeah, guest star.
They, like what? Like make this person a star. Put this person on your network and jam it down people's throats. It's like they themselves had contempt for the show. It's like NBC themselves felt like, well, whoever wins this is like. It's like, well, they won, but we don't really care. It's like, why do that? You should have been on Law and Order. You should have been like on an arc on that, or they should have had a sitcom ready to go that they would just develop. Like that should have been the prize. The prize should have been like, this person's going to be on this sitcom. It's about this. They just never did that.
They just say you want a development deal that's worth $50,000.
Yeah.
And a holding deal. They hold you for a whole year. Because I remember there was opportunities for me to be on a Fox show, but now you're being held down by NBC.
There you go.
That's why I always like I had this joke I would have about Last Comic Standing. I always wanted to like go. I always wanted to audition again, right? Because I would. This is how I'd audition. I would go. You know, I've always wanted to be on this show because I just wanted the chance to be a film and TV star like previous contestants. You know, like nobody tell me. There was and then they just keep doing that.
Piss off the panel.
Yeah. Wait. There was hold on. There was no. They didn't do it either. There was and I just felt like it's like those kind of things. And then they set up this like feeling of like if you won Last Comic Standing, it's almost like you cheated or something. You know, like oh that's just the contest person. It's like it's just ugh. They're not. It's like they're not helpful. It's not.
It helped me.
Yeah. But you did it like Ralphie May though. Like you already
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long 10 years at least.
Yeah, you're already a comic, and then this is just like you were showcasing for an audience to people to be like, oh, I want to go see that guy. So it's, you know,
Be an actor, that's what
yeah. But if you want to be like, if it was like if you wanted to be like on a TV show, you wanted to be in movies, like they weren't setting it up for that. Like Ralphie was the one guy that took super advantage of that. He to this day he's still out there, touring. He's got a fucking bus. You know what I mean?
And that fan's selling wristbands, bro.
He sells wristbands.
Yeah, he sells these little wristbands for $2, and he donates some money to some kind of place. I don't know where.
Another
don't know.
comedy for causes.
Yeah. Comedians for rent. For rent to be paid, but it's
let's talk about that. Go back to that thing about how some comedian can make a living off of it, and cause when we go to the comedy clubs, we still see the same names that were touring when the comedy boom was going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, man. I mean, this guy, is he struggling? Did he save up money? What's going on?
Well, I mean, it's like, what do you do? Like, I don't know what I would do.
I'll
right
be
now.
tired of going back to the same material. I mean, I try to change
but
it up.
think about what would you do right now? Like, I can't go get a regular job now.
Oh, hell no.
I'm like, this is what I do now. But there's a lot of things. There's cruise ships. There's like those kind of like lower level comedy clubs of chains, like the Comedy Zones and Triple Runs and one-nighters. Yeah, there's plenty of those things that like these people who they can come in. I mean, even if it's for less, like considerably less money than like $1,500 or like for a weekend. But if you're doing
a door deal,
but
if you pack it out.
But if you're doing 30 weekends, that's a pretty good living. That's better than a bus driver or like there's that level. I'm saying making a living and being a star are not the same thing. But you could there's a market out there for like being a professional comedian. You're out there, you got your merchandise, you're selling, you got your good joke, and you got your beer koozie.
Like no one ever heard of this comedian, but man, if you gotta have a chance to go check him out, go check out his little YouTube on that show he does in the morning with Bob and Tom. Greg Hahn, for example.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
No, but there's
fucking hilarious. He opened up for Louis C.K. in one of his specials, and my wife Lisa saw him, and all she remember was that guy that was going, woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, Daniel Tosh too, though.
But here's the thing: that guy is an example of somebody that's like on the upper echelon of making. Like, there's people out there making like $250,000, $300,000 a year doing comedy that no one knows who the hell they are. I mean, that's a great, that's a great living. There's, if you're out there, you have like a certain rate, you've built an audience, and you're out here doing it. That's great. I mean, so I think that there's just this expectation that when you're in the entertainment business that you're supposed to be like, when are you going to get your own sitcom? When are you going to be in like this and that and this and that? And it's like, oh no, some people just wanted to be a comedian, and they're out there doing it.
What did you want to be, Rodrigo?
A comedian. Just want to be funny first to get on stage, dude, and be funny, opposed to just being like, hee hee ha ha, and be funny like opposed to like, being funny in front of your friends and actually getting this dude's fucking funny.
Well, I mean, it's like
and then after that was my first little goal.
Were you thinking sitcom, being on television when you first?
I wanted to tour as a comic, dude, to have an hour, like actually be a comedian. I mean,
I know, it's
there was no like going to be a star in a movie like Eddie Murphy or anything.
Me, I was
like
thinking, maybe I was thinking Eddie Murphy, man.
Me too.
I was thinking
I
Eddie
wanted to
Murphy when I
be,
saw
yeah.
Delirious.
Oh yeah.
And I saw the other
Trading
one,
Places.
Trading Places. I
Yeah.
said, man, and then I remember, I was like, I could throw a funny line in a movie.
Yeah.
I always want to be like the guy that comes in at a sitcom, 3-4 episodes that season, knocks it out the park, and then they put him in a cool little movie, and he gets to tour the rest of the year.
I know what you're talking about.
Happy.
My dream, my thing like that was I wanted to be a lab tech on CSI. That was my thing. I wanted to be like the guy they come in and I'm funny, you know what I mean? I'm like giving
Like
them
Ziggy.
Yeah, I'm giving them the facts, and then that's it. You just see me, and then I'm touring. I'm the CSI guy all over the place, because
Yeah.
10 million people are watching that show. So I thought like that too, And then as things happen, you don't realize it at all. It doesn't necessarily work like that, Because like I said here, I've been on a show for 7 seasons, and it's not like I'm going someplace and people are like, oh, there's a line out the door. They don't even know who you are. So you realize there's still work to be done.
Yeah, man. Like when I do the shows, people don't. Half of the people there don't know I have a podcast. They don't know I've been on Superstore.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
just know Netflix. That's it.
Yeah, man. That's why specials are important. The specials are doing it. So I hope that does it for me with my Showtime special on July 7th.
On July 7th, people.
Showtime.
It's called The Ugly Truth on Showtime.
Watch it on your phone on the way to the Chalice Festival.
I went to the Renaissance Fair just recently.
So did I. Where'd you film it at?
I actually filmed it at the Long Beach Laugh Factory.
Oh damn!
But you wouldn't know because it was like a big
Dress it up.
big blue curtain. But it was like I felt comfortable there.
We thought about doing it there too.
Yeah, it was nice, and Jamie was very helpful. He gave me, it was all great. I enjoyed the whole process, and I had never done one before, so I did a half hour. So I just said, well, what do I want to do? So I just did I was like, here's all the jokes some of my better jokes that I've been doing now for 10 years, developing them on the road and just doing road. And I said, let me just do this on this. I want to show people, hey, look, I'm funny. This is how I think. This is my sensibility. Maybe come out and watch me. Come watch me at the fucking clubs.
What's the name of the special?
The Ugly Truth.
The Ugly Truth, fool.
Comes out when?
July 7th.
Remember, I ran into you
Showtime.
like 2-3 years ago. That was before I signed with this agency. And then you gave me some good advice. Not good
really?
advice, but at least I listened at what you were saying. You were saying that because you were already on your maybe on your 5th season of that show, and I thought personally I think you thought that I thought you were headlining all over the place, and I thought you were. I thought, this fool's selling out rooms. That was what I was thinking in my head. Erik Griffin selling out rooms all over the place. But then you told me, oh man, some of the agencies won't even pick a comedian up no more unless you're making at least $350,000 a year.
Yeah, man.
That's tough. Because
I know.
before we just signed motherfucker with nothing.
Yeah, they don't want to develop anymore.
They don't.
They're not-
Nobody
they're
goes. That's what Lisa says, and you probably could agree. These agents are not going to the club no more.
Yeah, they're not interested, but they're not interested in developing you.
They want you to
they're
be a
not.
star.
They're not interested in going on the ride. They want to jump on board.
I feel that way too.
Oh no. Oh God, I just got a new phone for that same thing. Did I crack it again? Oh,
iPhone?
God, no, it's the Galaxy 8. Oh Jesus, that would have been a nightmare.
It's like you dropped a baby right there.
No, because it's so expensive. These damn
Oh
phones.
hell yeah! No.
I used to. You know what's funny is I used to get these for free. They had this program. They had this fancy Samsung white glove program where they would just give certain people free. And I hadn't bought a phone in 4 years. So when I had to buy this, I was like, God damn, phones are expensive.
Yeah, man.
These smartphones. But anyway, yeah, I know what you're saying. They don't want to develop. They don't go, hey, I like this guy. Let's grab him, and then we're gonna work with him. I don't see that as much anymore. I just see a lot of well, what do you already have?
Yes.
Yeah,
How many Twitter followers do you have, Erik?
I only have like 50,000.
That's what my last manager said. How many Twitter followers I have? I told him I have around 8,000.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah,
That's all they cared about.
That's how they cared about you. They don't want to do no work.
because they know. And you know what I don't understand either is I always ask. I want to know what did the clubs do before social media? What did they do? How did they get people to come to the show? Because they are not doing that shit anymore.
Hell no.
They're just all about well, can you tweet about? If you're a touring comedian and you're at a club every single week, it's like the club you're going to this week wants you to tweet. The club you're going to next week wants you to tweet. The club you're going to in 2 weeks, can you make a video about it's like, what are you doing, motherfucker?
Yeah. What are you doing, motherfucker?
This is
at
your
the end of
town.
at the end of the week, all these fucking $2,000 in expenses for what?
I'm telling you to tweet.
Oh, I know. I know. What do you
I didn't see a billboard.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I don't know what they're doing.
And a lot of the times, man, the club doesn't even tweet themselves to the end.
They're putting the hotel in the expenses. That's what they're doing.
Social media people that work for a place, they always do it too late. Even together for those All Things Comedy, bro. We do the podcast today. The video will come out next Tuesday. What the fuck? We got a new social media guy, bro. Like, I did the video today on Wednesday. You're going to show it on fucking Monday? The podcast aired on Friday, asshole.
The views expressed by Felipe are not the views.
No, I'm just complaining, you know, like, that's the way it works with social media now. People are
But
lazy.
they're like, and then like, here's something I don't understand either. The club, this is your city. You're in Houston or
You know
Dallas, whatever.
everybody here.
Like, this is you're here 365 days a year. Like, this is your city.
Right.
But you want me,
Who's not from here
who's not from here,
and not white.
and all my followers are not in your fucking city. And you want me to come and like,
They want the host to tell the audience to pick up the info card so they can fill it out and give them your email. I mean, what are you doing?
what are you doing with that? It's like, it's so bizarre. The business is turned on its head. So now, it used to be you went in the clubs and you build an audience and build a fan base, and then you got on TV. Now, you have to be on TV to get into the clubs.
Yeah. That's why before you'd be like the guy that came in for 1,500, then 25, then 35.
Yeah.
Then finally you made it. No, man. If you don't do good the first week, you probably won't come back.
Now it's haves
outta
and
here.
have-nots too. They're like, this is a lower level that they want to pay, so they can pay $50,000 to the dude that's got 3 million followers and he's on whatever show, even though it's not going to be a good show. You know, that's why the 1%ers. They're like great comics and famous. That's why they're doing what they do. They're in theaters and selling that kind of stuff. The Chappelles, Chris Rocks, Louis C.K., Bill Burr. These people, they've built it up. Now they're at this like level where it's like, no, they're not going to go to the Chuckle Hut for, for however much money it is.
No more jukebox, bro, in Peoria.
Thanks to that strip club.
That's one thing we never touched on that, bro, that it's your city. You're here all the time. Why do I got to promote?
That's what I'm saying.
You have a fucking sign. You have like Tommy T's, bro. He has a
Billboard.
truck
You
outside.
have a freaking
Billboard.
all the time.
You have
And you're telling me
radio.
that you can't. There isn't 1,500 people in this city that you can get a hold of to come to your shows.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I'll
the most bizarre thing, man.
donate to
and
the
then
mayor's campaign.
and then they set you up for failure.
And
you
then
know?
you bring in the audience. Now they want everybody to email from the audience you brought. Hopefully they'll come back to another show next
Yeah,
weat.
But I
they
get
never
that.
do.
No, I get like if they had a good time. I mean, once people start going to a comedy club, you become a junkie for it. Like they go, because it's such a great time. Like it's nothing like it because you go. You're gonna eat, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna drink, and like you're having this 2-hour experience.
Especially when it's a kick-ass show.
It's like, and if it's a great show, you're just like, oh my god, that was the best, and then you start telling your friends. You're like, and then once you become that person, then you could be like this. Well, that one guy, he wasn't as funny.
Yeah, you start seeing the difference.
Yeah, you go, that guy was
The
as funny.
holes.
And then you come back, but you still come back.
Right.
But it's like they're not getting new customers because they're not guaranteeing the product. The club itself is bringing in whoever. They're not ensuring that it's a good show. See, then you could bring in a no-name, but you're going to tell your crowd, this guy's hilarious. Trust me. Trust me. And then you've established a reputation, and then the locals go, oh, you got to go to that place. Because then it becomes more about the building, but they've made it where it's all about the comics. And if it's all about the comics, then I understand why people are like, why am I going to go to your club? Then why don't I just rent out a
bar?
Why don't I just rent out a bar, keep the door? It's because we're lazy. Because we totally could do that. Like I always want to do the fuck you tour, like the 3 or 4 clubs that don't want to book me.
I've done that.
I want to go to. I'm picking a bar a block away from that bitch.
I did that. I did that at the Houston, bro. I couldn't get in at the Houston Improv. Nothing. Not get booked once. So I went to the local comedy club that nobody wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Martinez Club. What's it called?
It's a joke.
It used to be called a comedy showcase before, but now it's called Jokes something. So I said, you know what? I rented out the room myself, paid for it.
Right.
And Lisa was cashier. They had a Houston police officer, security guard. She was cashier, box office by herself. We kept 100% of the door. And I did 3 shows that night
Oh shit.
on a Sunday.
Damn.
And then the improv heard, and then they found out they want to book me for $2,500 for the whole week. I said, wait a minute, man, I just made that in one day. You
Yeah.
better step it up, buddy.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking door deal or I'm not coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, bro, I got the door deal, but I had to prove myself.
But that,
Like that means that by that means that no other comedian, as good as they are, as good as a friend they are, they could have never threw my name in there because it doesn't work that way anymore.
doesn't work that way.
Does not work that way.
Does not work. They're just like, well, can that guy sell? Or,
Because before, like, I'm reading that book, I'm dying up here, and Richard Lewis could get a recommendation from David Brenner
Yeah.
at this comedy club,
Yeah.
and they'll believe him. He's a good guy. But
There's
it
the
doesn't work.
guy in Chicago acts like that. The guy that owns Zanies.
Oh yeah,
I remember when
Rick.
When I first I was talking to him long time ago. Before he was like, I only take recommendations from 3 comics in the whole country. That's what he told me.
Who are they?
I don't even. It wasn't
Leno?
like nobody. Just you know, like,
Leno,
you didn't
Letterman.
even know who they are. You know.
Chucky Ducky. Who else?
Yeah, it was Shucky Ducky,
Let me tell you about this one cat. Erik
Jeff
Griffin, y'all.
Garcia.
Nah, Dag. I never been over there, Dag. A recommendation, bro. There were no more.
no, they don't do that
No more
anymore.
co-signing shit.
No,
No,
it's
no
all
more
about-
vouching for anybody.
No more
Not-
vouching to.
But this is the business we're in, so we have to deal with whatever it is. That's what we have to do.
All right. What's up, fool? Erik Griffin. When is your special again?
It's on July 7th on Showtime, and then that's a Friday. And then remember, I'm Dying Up Here starts June 4th, and it'll be every Friday at 10 p.m. I'm sorry, every Sunday, June 4th, Sunday. So it's going to come on Sunday. But you can watch it on the app. Download the app. I mean, Showtime anytime is great. It's just like HBO Go or Netflix. You know, it's a great way to watch Showtime. And, you know.
Before you go,
Hell yeah.
what were the shows shot at the Comedy Store?
No. They built a soundstage in Culver City.
Oh, nice.
Which was great for me because I live in Culver City. So, oh,
Perfect.
God. Don't
Ride
you-
your bike there.
Yeah, man. I could have from my bed to my trailer, 8 minutes.
What more can you ask for, dog?
On the trailer, when that guy goes, how did you get to Tonight Show? And that guy goes, because I'm funnier than you. That guy that he's talking to, that guy's supposed to be Ollie Will Prater.
No. They all the characters are fictional,
Yeah.
even though real people exist in our world. You know, like Richard. We had a guy
Yeah.
play Richard Pryor on one episode, so it's like that. But these are it's like a fictional world, fictional comics. It's just about their lives, you know. And it's like they might have pieces of somebody like representing some, you know.
Similarities.
Yeah,
but-
like Bill Hicks or like Robin Williams or like they have people that are similar, but that's just an homage to those
Is
people.
anybody OD on the show? Can you tell us?
You don't get to watch, man. It's the 70s.
Not you, right?
Not me. I'm the level. My character's name is Ralph King. I'm this level-headed. Like I write for Sonny and Cher.
You got it together.
Yeah, I got it together.
Hell yeah.
That was Richard Lewis' big break, being on a Sonny and Cher second show.
Really?
He did it again.
Yeah, those were the days. It was like Sonny and Cher, Merv Griffin, Midnight Special, and Tonight Show. Those were the ones.
Hell
Hold
yeah.
on, once
That's what's
that's
up.
when the Tonight Show had 20 million viewers in one show, bro. You could just went viral.
More than that, man.
More
than 20 million viewers.
60?
Sometimes it was like a ridiculous amount that like you were a household name the next day. Those days are done. Like
Done, bro,
You
huh?
could be talking to somebody and they'll be like, yeah, I just did the Tonight Show last night. Did you see it? It was great. And then you go, can you get my salad? It's like, thank you for
It's not
telling
like
me.
it's not like
Nothing's-
before, how
it's
where
nothing
just,
like that
where you go
anymore.
like, damn.
The internet is the closest thing to that,
Yeah.
actually. The internet is the closest thing. It's just like something going viral.
Viral.
And there's no rhyme or reason why things go viral. There's no like formula.
Just happens.
It just happens.
Just happens, bro. You
So
gotta go
all-
viral.
But in closing, I'll say this. All you can do is work on your talent, work on your craft, keep putting out content so you're consistent. So if something goes viral, you'll be ready.
There it is, fool.
Words of wisdom from Erik Griffin.
You have any dates you want to promote? Tours?
Yeah, well, this weekend I'm going to be in Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, Friday and Saturday. And then just check my website, ericgriffin.com, because I'm going to be in Tampa in early August. I'm going to be at Side Splitters in Tampa. I don't have a lot of dates booked. I just switched agencies.
Yeah. Who you with now?
I'm with CAA now. And so, I'm just trying to do and when I was doing a bunch of filming, so I didn't want to cancel dates. So it's like I didn't have anything booked, and then, I'm going through this change, and then the show's coming out. So just keep looking on my website and Twitter and all that. I'm at Erik Griffin with the K, and you'll see me out there, and I come out and say hi. And if you hear me on this podcast, make sure you walk up to me and tell me, "Hey, fool."
Just say, "What's up, fool?"
What's up, fool?
Rodrigo.
Hell yeah. Hermanos every Wednesday in Riverside.
This week, we're at the Arlington Improv. Friday, 2 shows. Saturday, 2 shows. Sunday, 1 show.
That's a good one. I like
And
that
also, June 25th, the show in East LA. Hopefully, Flaco come out the hospital with a new heart that's not ripped, and we'll do a show. June 25th in East LA. Sold out.
All right,
What's up, fool?
Stop bragging about your sellouts.
I have to, bro, because no one else does. For me.
Pick